95% of day traders fail. It's a simple fact that it's proven time and time again. And if you are looking on the internet, you're looking at some books, you're looking at taking the trading course to try and identify that one little thing, that one little strategy that'll make you not be that 95%, you are already failing. And I'm going to explain why in this video. All right, so this is going to take around a few minutes to explain the point, and then we're going to get into how to fix it. And just to be frank, if you can't sit down and give me these few minutes to understand why 95% of traders fail, then you are definitely one of the ones who are going to fail, and you should just stop trading right now. But if you are able to listen, here we go. I'm not going to have any BS. We're just getting right into it. So 95% of day traders fail. Why is that? It's not because of any strategy that they don't know. It's not because they don't have the right risk to reward setup. It's not because they trade the wrong stocks, because we know that in the market, there are tens of thousands of ways to make money. You can trade big caps, you can trade small caps, you can short big caps, you can short small caps, you can do options, you can do futures, you can do crypto. There's so many different ways to make money that it's not just because you're missing this one little piece that people are hiding from you. It's not because you're missing this one little piece of information that if you knew this, everything would click. That's not how things work, and that's not how success comes in any industry, whether it be trading, online business, entrepreneurship, anything. It's not one thing that's holding you back. It's accumulation of many different small efforts that you've put over time that allow you to be successful. So the reason why 95% of traders fail is simply because they don't use their time properly. They don't use their time properly. Now, I know that I'm an exception because I'm already a trader, so I have time to put. But for example, my day usually breaks down to around 8 hours a day. My actual trading, like actually trading stocks, is like 1 or 2 hours. But overall, everything that revolves my trading, I spend around 8 hours-ish per day, give or take, maybe sometimes less, maybe sometimes more. But overall, that's how it is. I wake up at 4:30 a.m., I do my pre-market scans, I look at all the setups, and I watch and I observe the markets, and I take notes constantly as what's going on, what type of stocks are moving, what kind of floats do they have, what kind of setups, what industries are running at this time of year. I have all this data compiled because I've spent so much time gathering this information and learning from experience. Now, if you're a new trader and you just want to jump in right away and you want to make money right away, and you think all you need is one strategy and you'll make it completely, it's wrong. The only way that you truly learn how to trade is from doing it. Of course, you can take a course to understand the basics and avoid that first learning curve. You can take a course to understand the fundamentals of trading, risk management, trader psychology, reading charts, technical analysis. But as far as actually trading and actually doing it, you're not going to learn jack shit until you actually do it, until you actually put money on the line, until you spend hours looking at charts, looking at level 2 to understand the simple fact that these stocks, they move in waves. There's a buying wave and there's a selling wave. There's a buying wave and selling wave. And the only way that you will really understand how this shit works is when you just sit down and you do it. And the problem with 95% of traders is that they just don't have the time to do it. Most of you are, probably working a full-time job, 8 hours a day. You spend all your time doing that. And then you maybe have 2 to 3 hours a day to practice and study the charts, which is good. 2 to 3 hours is sufficient. But the problem is that, just look at anyone. Look at anyone in a bar. Look at anyone at dinner. Look at anyone. Everyone's so focused on their phones. They're so distracted. They have thousands of apps. They have Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Reddit, anything, and it just tears away their focus. Because for me, when I work, when I'm trading, there is nothing distracting me whatsoever. I turn off my phone. I turn off all my notifications. The only thing that I focus on is, one, my chat room, of course, because that's my business, but two, what's actually happening in the market. So other people who are trying to learn how to trade, they only have 2 to 3 hours. And within those 2 or 3 hours, they get distracted 20, 30 times, meaning that the actual amount of time that they're working and studying is maybe 30 minutes to their top potential. So think about it. no duh that you fail at trading because you're only spending truly 30 minutes per day, if that, learning how to trade. No duh that you failed, because what's going to happen is that even if you see any type of success, you're going to get steamrolled by someone who is laser focused, who has no distractions and knows what they're doing, because they can simply put in more time than you. And the time that they put is laser focused time, no distractions, completely dedicated to what they want to learn, and that's trading. Number two, so many people failed because they simply think that they need no money to trade. And this is partly because of so many gurus on YouTube and on Facebook ads who say that you can start trading with, $500. And I'm sorry, but that's bull. There is very little chance that you will succeed with that little money. And I know someone's going to go down in the comments and say, well, look, this guy was able to grow a small account with $500 in only 30 days. Yeah, great. He's an exception. Why would you choose to be the exception when you can be the majority who succeed? I would rather put my money on being like the majority who succeed rather than being the outlier who proves the metric wrong or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's no reason why people fail, because they have this kind of mindset where they don't need to put that much time in and they don't need that much money. Frankly, I recommend you have at least $10,000 to trade. You need to have the deck stacked in your favor if you want to see any success. Now, next up, the reason why you're so distracted and the reason why you have so many distractions is probably because you treat your body like shit. You probably eat McDonald's every day. You probably eat out to fast food all the time. You never cook at home because you're too lazy. You have a terrible sleep schedule, and you're just not focused on making your brain optimized for what you're gonna do. Now think about it. We're trading the stock market. People who spend their entire lives learning and dedicating their life to this. People who are laser focused, no drugs, no alcohol, no shitty food, no nothing. They're gonna beat you. This is a zero-sum game. And if you're not in tip-top shape mentally and physically, you're going to get steamrolled because you're going up against people who've been doing this for 10 plus years and have no distractions. No duh, you're going to fail if you try to play their game, like studying only 30 minutes a day. No duh, you're going to fail because you only have 4 hours of sleep. No duh, you're going to fail if you cannot do the things that the people who are successful do every day. And that's just putting in time to do it. You can look up so much information online about trading, but it's not going to mean anything until you sit down and you trade. And yes, that might mean that you have to risk some money. But hey, there is paper trading, and that can help you start in the right direction. But if you just sit there and you try to find all the different variables, what type of risk should I use for a stock that's $3? What type of risk should I use for a stock that's $10? What support levels do I use? Where should I take profits? None of that matters until you actually do it, because the fundamental thing that people can teach you is risk management, basic technical analysis, and basic trader psychology. Everything else you are not going to learn until you trade and put time into it. You could watch a basketball player for years. You could watch LeBron James play basketball for years. You could sit there, take as many notes down as you want. You could look at the angle that he has his arm when he shoots. None of that is going to matter in terms of you being successful at basketball. The same thing happens with trading. You can watch the best traders in the world and exactly how they structure their trades, how they do their entries, how they exit, where their risk is, how they look at the chart. But it's not going to help you, because the matter of the fact is that every trader is different, and you have to understand that. The only thing you can do by watching another trader is learn from their successes, learn from their mistakes, and formulate your own thesis strategy from it. You cannot copy what they do because you are not them. You don't have the same personality. You just don't have the same type of thinking, and just stop trying to be like them, because you're not. Be like you and figure out how you can trade for yourself. So instead of, being on Instagram, being on YouTube, looking at all these people who are trading amazingly, don't look at them and be like, oh my God, the reason why they're winning is because of this strategy, or the reason why they're winning is because of this setup. That's not the fact, because we know that there are many different ways to trade the market. So you need to, number one, you need to structure your time right. You need to actively put down time into studying. Turn off your damn phone, turn off your YouTube, delete your Facebook, throw away your Xbox, destroy your PS4, whatever it is, whatever that's taking your time away from being successful, you need to axe it out of your life, because if you don't, it's going to take time away from you. It's just a simple fact. Number two, you need to treat your body better. You need to stop eating out at freaking McDonald's every single day. Talk about whatever you like to eat. And you need to feed your body stuff that'll make your mind work properly. Because the reason why that you're waking up early in the morning to trade and you feel like shit, it's not because you don't have enough coffee. It's because your brain doesn't have the right type of fuel, and it takes hours for it to finally, start up and generate the fuel it needs. And by the time that happens, the market's already open and you're already, way behind everyone else. So you need to focus on your time management properly, take out all your distractions, feed your body the right damn fuel, and then 3 or 4, whatever it is, stop trying to find that one strategy, that one formula that's going to change your trading career, because that does not exist. The only thing that'll help you learn how to trade is learning the basics and then doing it, because until you actually do it, you're not going to understand the nuances in level 2. You're not going to understand the nuances in how the chart trades. You're not going to understand the nuances between how some floats react against some volume or any other thing that matters in trading. No matter how much you study, it's not going to do anything for you until you actually do it. So sit down, take out all those damn distractions, focus on what matters in terms of trading success, and do it. Because until you do, you are going to be the 95% of traders who fail.